Welcome to Office Hours with Rod McDermott, founder and CEO of Project Activate and CEO of McDermott and Bull Executive Search, one of the nation's top executive recruiting organizations with offices throughout the US, Canada, and Europe. Office Hours is a live video series where we answer your most challenging questions about landing a job, pursuing your dream job, or just overall career advice. I'm your co-host, Kristen Farrenfort, and today's topic is how to properly follow up after an interview. Before we get started, the session is 30 minutes. So send in your question because first come, first serve.
Yeah, we like to, can I jump in?
Go on.
Yeah, we like to take at least half of our time and make sure we answer our viewers' questions. So for those of you that have been on since we started the series, you've all heard us say this, but this is one of those things where this is like, I like to do the lightning round, right? Yeah. Where you fire off a question and it doesn't have to be relevant to our topic. It could be about anything job search related, any challenges you're having. You could say, listen, I haven't heard anything from the hiring manager, from the recruiter in 3 weeks. What should I do? Any of those things, fire them off. I'll have an opinion. You might not agree with it, but I'll at least give you an opinion. So we promise that.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, though.
That's
what we're here for.
So I hope you all had a great weekend and we're able to get out and enjoy a little bit of sunshine and cool out here in Southern California, at least. I know we have some people from Canada. I'm recognizing a few names from the Pacific Northwest up there and also kind of central Canada. I think somebody from Calgary might be on too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we just opened an office up there in Calgary. Yeah.
So, well, let's dive in.
Yeah, let's get into it. So the topic, how do you follow up after an interview? Is there some do's, some don'ts, what you've seen? What have you seen that you're like, ooh,
yeah,
that was great.
So Kristen, I have this weird mindset thought about the interview, right? I don't believe the interview is over when you walk out the door. I believe that the interview is still going on until somebody is hired for the job, right? So the interview doesn't end just because you physically are leaving the company premises. Even if it's your first interview, your last interview there, if it's the final round before they're going to choose somebody, it's not over. I'm not going to say until the fat lady sings, but it's not over until somebody gets hired. And so keep it going and do everything you can to expand your candidacy. So follow up oftentimes, and I got to be honest, I hear this so often from clients, right? Every once in a while you hear from a client, hey, so-and-so left. They did a fantastic job. They're our top choice. We want to put an offer together. Boom, boom, boom. Usually that's in a second or third round, right? And so everything they did between round 1, round 2, and maybe round 3 got them there. Sometimes I'll hear, and this isn't like 50%, but it's probably at least a third of the time, God, we have these great people. We need a little time. We need to give us 2 days. Let me regroup the team, 48 hours, and then we'll get back with you on which direction we want to move. And I do hear that, like I said, at least 30% of the time. And as a search consultant, we're doing a really good job when that happens because we want our client to have a hard choice, right? That's our goal. And the other thing is we also want a backup. We want a number 2. Always having a strong number 2 puts us in a great position for number 1. So how do you differentiate yourself in that case? And oftentimes it comes down to the follow-up. So I look for a number of elements in the follow-up. So one of the things I like to say, and people can chime in if you have different ideas on this, feel free to chime in. Love to hear some really, really cool and creative thoughts on this. But the night of your interview, the night you leave your interview, right? So let's say you interviewed at 10 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, whatever, sometime that evening, like 8 o'clock maybe, right? Don't do it the minute you get home. That's a little too eager. But maybe later that night, you send a follow-up email, right? And you want them to get it relatively timely because you want them to know, number 1, that you're excited about it. Number 2, that you actually know how to follow up, right? And you want to stay on their mind, right? You want to stay relevant. And this email, I think, should have a couple of elements. What I love in a follow-up email, let me tell you what I don't love. Kristen hates it when I do this, but I'm going to start with what I don't like. So What I don't like is I don't like a really brief one-liner. It's like, hey, it was great to meet you. Thank you again. I remain really, excited about the role. Please let me know next steps when you can. Something like that. It's too brief. What I also hate, and Kristen knows this because she and I've worked closely together for a long time, I hate the books. Don't send me a book. I don't have time. I mean, how many people are getting these long emails, right? They're just too long. We've got to shorten it. So I think there should be 3 elements to it. Number 1 is the appreciation. So, hey, thank you again for the opportunity to meet with you. It was really great to get to know you. Number 2 is something I heard in that meeting, right? So you actually regurgitate back something you heard, and hopefully it's meaningful. I really appreciate you sharing with me the challenge you're having about customer acquisition or customer retention, period. I hope I adequately shared my experience with that at XYZ company when we turned around our customer retention number from 30% to 90% by instituting, some things I shared with you. And then maybe one other sentence. I also was thinking about this, right? So you add something else in, and then you close. And this is like a trial close. An email follow-up is kind of like a trial close. You close with, I'd love the opportunity to speak with you again about this other idea. When I left your company, my wheels were turning and I was thinking about this other thing. I think I have a couple thoughts on how you can improve that. Whether I'm the candidate chosen or not, feel free to call me and I'd love to share them with you, right? So you can do something like that. Again, very brief. It's like 3 short paragraphs. It's going to be really easy. It's like, thank you. That's your appreciation. Here's what I heard was the problem. Here's what I positioned my solution. Here's another thought I had. And then the third thing is you put a carrot out there, right? If you can put a carrot out there about how you might be able to bring another solution that you didn't have a chance to share, it keeps them wanting more, right? You want them coming back to you. This is how you keep the interview going. So when I hear from clients, Kristen, I know you're like, Rod, shut up. You're talking way too much.
No.
Am I right?
No. No. I was going to add in a little one-liner, but.
All right, go add your one-liner. I want to
No, I was thinking, no, you're basically, you're saying, hey, I'm already working for you without even getting paid. Like
exactly.
I'm already here. I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can say that actually. That's a great point, Kristen. You could say that. It feels like I'm already working with you.
I'm already,
I love to help. I'd love to help you solve this problem. And you can put in there, if I'm the chosen candidate or not, I'd love to help you with this, right? But then it positions you as a solution to a problem at the company. And that's what you want, right? People aren't looking to hire folks. They're looking to solve problems, right? Nobody says, listen, we're going to go from 500 people to 525 people this year for no reason. We're going to add 25 people that are going to solve specific problems for us. So that's what's important, right?
Yeah.
I think we have some questions too.
We do. Let's get to them. All right. Our first one. Hi, Rod. Thanks for these sessions. I'm in career transitioning. I took the initiative and completed 2 certificate in business in data analysis. Not getting noticed when applying through company sites, however. Part of it could be that I have the school experience and not the new work experience. What tips and advice do you have for me to stand out? Thanks. Your grateful listener.
Nice. Okay. So you all know how I feel about just applying online, right? I just don't think it works all that well. I think that you get caught up in the mass of 250, 500, 1,000 people that are going to apply online. It's just not going to work, right? So my advice is identify the people in those companies, the hiring managers that you need to talk to, and go directly after them, right? But even more importantly, figure out what your connection is to them, right? I actually recorded a McDermott Minute this morning about just this. I get so many emails from people, outreaches, and it's all a cold outreach. If they took a few more minutes to figure out a connection with me, then, it would take a cold thing and turn it into a warm thing, right? That's what we need to do, right? So make sure we do that. And then reach out directly. You're going to have to make a phone call. You're going to have to, have them hear your voice, hear your passion, and hear you connect the dots as to why you should work for that company. Okay.
Connecting the dots. I like that. Awesome. Another one that came through here. I have friends that interview multiple rounds at multiple companies, but gets denied at the end. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I have recommended that they reach out again to see if there are other roles that there would be a better fit for. Would you agree with this? And if so, how would you approach this?
Yeah. So absolutely, it's not the end, right? Just because you didn't get chosen for that job, it's definitely not the end. So make sure you talk about your passion for the company and how you want to get into that company and how, what other roles you could play at that organization, right? So I always like to say, listen, it's my goal. Here's the thing. This is one of the pieces of advice I give folks, right? There's three things that you look at when joining a company. Number one, the company. Is it the right company? Can I be here a long time? Is it the right culture fit? Can I move my career forward? Is it going to keep me excited? Number two, is it the right job? Right? Is that the right role in the company? Sometimes number one is yes, number two is no. And what that means is I'm just taking a job to break into that company. I just want to get in there. And then number three is comp. I always look at comp number three. So in a case like this, if you can share with them, listen, you guys are the right company for me. Here's the culture I'm looking for. Here's the industry I'm looking for, and the kind of player in that industry, the way you're attacking problems. So this is where I want to go. So I'm willing to take something else in your organization that would be the right or maybe the wrong fit short term, but I can solve a problem for you to make it the right company long-term for me.
We will catch you all next Monday, everyone. Rod, thank you so much for your time. And thank you everyone for attending. We will send a video of this here shortly. But everyone, take care.